Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Y'all climb on in. Climb on in. I know it's been a while. I've been super, super, super busy, y'all. So forgive me for my absence. But I have been on Instagram though. So, if y'all ain't been catching me on Facebook and catching me on YouTube, especially because I'm saying a lot of things that I know YouTube and Facebook have banned me for, even though I know YouTube and Facebook and Instagram is the same platform. They pretty lenient, at least with me right now on Instagram. They take a few things down, but they ain't really messing with me like that. So, when I really want to speak my mind and get some stuff off my chest and really go in deep, I've been on Instagram doing that. So y'all can follow me and check me out on Instagram if y'all want to get the exclusives. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just want to hear the in-depth teachings and meanings, what I be talking about, and just, uncovering all the mishaps and, the diabolical plots that's been going on between the government and our people. I really do my rants and stuff like that on Instagram. So y'all climb on in. Peace, peace. I know what y'all see what's on the board, man. We finna go in real quick. And we're going to talk about how we are being seduced into our own destruction, y'all. Of course, I got a lot of questions. As always, we're going to get through a few of them. And look, let's wrap. Y'all climb on in, climb on in. Peace, 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 love, and light and healing to all the guys and goddesses that's climbing in the building. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Did y'all miss me? Shouts out to Tiffany Haddish. We've been in LA. We've been in California. Tiffany Haddish had flew us out there to heal up her grandma. Her grandma is healing very, very fast. She's looking better than ever. It's been like a 180 since we got there. And, just the condition she was in before we got there. So shouts out to the Queen Tiffany Haddish. Peace, love, light, and healing to you, goddess. And look forward to, seeing you again. Y'all climb on in. So that's what we was doing. We've been in Cali. Kawhi is still out there, and I'm going back out there Friday. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. It's been a lot of healing going on worldwide, globally. Hundreds of people have been pouring in, and just hundreds of people have been giving us their healing testimony. So we're gonna have a lot of live healing testimonies that's gonna be up soon as well. So I just been doing me, just been healing the people, traveling, healing people, doing the classes, healing people, recording, healing people, just a whole lot of work. But you know what I'm saying? I believe that I was created. Well, not believe, I know that I was created for this particular mission, and to unify and bring my people together and to heal the nation. That's just what it is. So y'all climb on in, climb on in. Y'all climb on in. All right, cool. So what we're going to talk about today, I want to show y'all a few things before we get to the actual questions. I was on my Instagram speaking about, basically how Merck's pharmaceutical companies owns the food industry, and how a lot of us don't know that the actual pharmaceutical companies own 98% of all food industry, whether we talking about Coca-Cola, whether we talking about Nestle, whether we talking about any of these people that's very deeply involved into the food industry, is actually owned by the pharmaceutical companies. And you would have to ask yourself why. And then when you look at the millions and millions of people that die from the side effects of chemicals that was created by the pharmaceutical companies, you really got to sit back and ask yourself, okay, if the pharmaceutical companies is responsible for millions of deaths globally each year, and they are actually having a hand within the food, and all their scientists that belong to pharmaceutical companies that come from up out of Germany, y'all, they are making all the adjectives and the preservatives and all these different chemicals, like the dyes, the red 40 dyes that changes your food to certain different colors and stuff like that. If these things are being created in laboratories by scientists that are owned by pharmaceutical companies, and these pharmaceutical companies are responsible for murdering millions of people each year, then what does that say about your food? What does that say about your food? And that's the question that we're going to have to sit back. And these are the things that we're going to truly have to start asking ourselves. Why is a medical company that make prescription medicine for disease? Because, we don't use herbs for diseases. There is no herbs for disease. We use herbs for organs and for cellular tissue, for structure function. If that is the case, then what is they in control of your food for? And then you start reading articles like this, y'all. Now check this out. Check out this article. Go get him. Check out this article. It says how the food and drug companies ensure that we get sick and they make money. Now, this is by Paul. This is by Paul, July the 24th, 2017, y'all. And I mean, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of articles linking them together. It's thousands of articles linking the food companies to the drug companies, showing how the drug companies actually own the food industry, how they own these soda pops and juices and milk. And I mean, it will blow your mind. And it shows you that we are paying attention to how the pharmaceutical chemicals are killing us, but we're not looking into, food deaths. And do y'all realize food related deaths is way more higher than pharmaceutical chemicals deaths? The food related deaths, because when you're on, the chemicals from a pharmaceutical company, they put you on dosages and the side effects get you in the long run. But we have been addicted to eating, and we are so addicted to food that we're eating these processed foods that was actually created by the scientists from Merck's pharmaceutical company up out of Germany, that we constantly eating these junk foods, and we're getting addicted to these processed, neurological toxins and adjectives and preservatives that they're putting inside the food, that we're dying at a faster rate and we're getting so-called diseases at a faster rate because we are overdosing off of the drugs that we technically call food. This is not food that we eating that we get from McDonald's. This is not food that we eating that we get from fast food restaurants. This is not food that we getting from these grocery stores, the things that you getting out of the freezer. If you're not getting it from a garden, and if you're not plucking it from a tree, or you're not pulling it from its roots from the ground, then you are eating a drug. And it's sad to say that even if you plucking it from the tree and you pulling it from a root in the ground, if they have herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides sprayed on it, then you are eating a drug. And the question that I actually introduced my IG Instagram followers to yesterday, if you are a bio living being, and you're made of melanin, and you're made of prokaryotic cells, some of your karyotic cells, which you have evolved into, but you're essentially a prokaryotic cell. You're a single living organism, and everything about you is lively and got life in it. You're about breathing in the oxygen, the cosmic energy to bring in iron, phosphate, and all these different things into your bloodstream to feed every cell of the body, to keep your cellular structure moving by way of electricity. So that's what bio means. Bio means life, right? If you are this biochemistry body or vehicle that we're going to call this meat suit, and they're spraying things called a herbicide. Herbicides kills weeds or kill herbs, right? A herb is a living plant. That is a bio plant. It's called a chloroplast or chlorophyll, or an insecticide. Insecticides is a poison or a chemical that actually kills insects, right? You see what I'm saying? And a pesticide is a chemical or poison that kills rodents like groundhogs and mice and squirrels and things like that, living entities. If you are eating stuff that they spray these poisonous on that kills living entities, then what do you think all the stuff that they spray and all these chemicals that kill rodents and kill insects and kill weeds, wouldn't that kill you? And we got to really start slowing down and thinking about stuff like this. And that's why we need to, do our real organic food, not the organic that the FDA approved. We need to do our original grown food by Yahweh. That's the food that we supposed to be eating and putting inside of our bodies, because we are literally addicted to drugs. And I'm not talking about medicine that you get in a pill form that you have to take a dosage with. I'm not talking about crack cocaine. I'm not talking about heroin. I'm not talking about methamphetamine. I'm talking about we are addicted to donuts. We are addicted to McDonald's fries. We are addicted to animal protein, or what we're going to call byproducts of animal proteins, milk. We are addicted to meat. We're addicted to fish. We're addicted to all of these drugs. And the reason why there are drugs, because half of them are made in lab and chemistries, or they're grown in these forms. And then it's a process between the form and your table, your kitchen table. And they don't want to let you know about these processes. You go through like 10 to 12 different processes from the form to your table. And you got to ask yourself, okay, if this is good food for us, then why in the hell I got to go through many transitions just to get to my table? See that the best food come from your yard. The best food come from your yard, come from your garden. It behooves us to truly start getting together as a collective whole and growing our own food. I'm telling you, it's coming to that point. And then, like I was telling y'all yesterday, I know y'all see what's happening with Bill Gates and the contract that he just signed with McDonald's, which he can start putting his M messenger R ribose in nucleic acid, M messenger RNA nucleic acids inside of the actual McDonald's fries. You see that, and then you see all these articles coming out talking about them putting the vaccines and the inoculations inside of your produce and putting it inside of your foods. And then we got this big anti-inoculation and vaccination movement, but you don't even know they're already putting these things inside of your food due to chemicals. And this is nothing but nanobot technology, or what we're going to call nanobot software. You are going around eating all these candies and eating all this junk food, eating these pizzas, eating these processed foods with all these additives, preservatives on it, and eating all these things and don't know that it's biohacking your DNA, and these things are messing with the way you perceive reality. Seriously. And then you really start looking up what an additive is and what a preservative is. And then you start checking the names of these things and researching the names. And we're talking about gender bender chemicals, chemicals that will change your gender, chemicals that will change the way that you look at sexes, chemicals that can make you homosexual, chemicals that will grow grown men boobs, chemicals that will shrink your penis, chemicals that will elongate your clitoris and change your testosterone levels and make you grow hair on your women are growing beards. Women voices are becoming deeper. Women are building up so much testosterone. Then you look at a preservative and it says, if you look it up, just y'all can look this stuff up. It tells you a behavior modifier. So now you're eating a preservative and they say that it's supposed to actually preserve the food, but when you look at the properties in it, it actually changes your behavior. And they're keeping data on this stuff. And it's like we are lab rats and they're feeding you these things. And then they're spraying the chemtrails in the sky. And then they're sitting back and exurban you from each and different, neighborhoods, because the food is different by zip code. Same way that they redline you for loans and for credit cards, they do the same redlining when it comes to food. When you go to certain foods in the suburban neighborhoods versus poverty-stricken neighborhoods, notice that the food is different. The prices is different. The colors inside the store is different. The way they promote to you is different. You don't walk in suburbs and they automatically got sugar cane and offering you all these different sweets and snacks at the front, but go to a hood store, go to a poverty-stricken store, and notice how they're getting us. The way to get to a people is to the food, and the food is killing us worse than the damn medicine, because the food is the medicine. And that's what we have failed to realize. The food is now the medicine. The food is now the pharmaceutical chemistry. The food is now giving us side effects and killing us quicker than what the damn Merck company's been doing, because the Merck companies and the pharmaceutical companies own the food industry. That's why all your diseases is either stress-related disease or consumption-related disease. Notice that. And then you got a few genetic diseases that pass down, but notice what the genetic diseases is. You're passing down weakened, obstructed DNA and genes and genomes, all because of they were eating the same foods. So even the genetic diseases that the ancestors have passed down to us came from them eating these same messed up foods. Y'all see that? So only thing we need to be talking about is unifying, coming together, building our own institutes, building our own schools, agriculture, building our own farming, growing our own foods, housing, building our own housing, bringing in disciplineships, creating our own curriculum, our own courses for each other, where we can tap back into our ancient customs and culture, where we can unify our people and we can start protecting one another. Because right now, it seems like that everybody is fending for themselves and we don't know what the hell to do. We don't know what the hell to do. But the food, we can start with the food, y'all. We can come together with the food. We come together with the food on holidays. We come together with the food when it comes to these paganistic holidays. Family come together then to eat scavenge food or scavenger food, or what we're going to call soulless food, because it takes your soul. It's everything that's left over. Notice that. The hog maw, the pig feet, the intestines, or you call the chitterlings. All the different scraps that the slave master could not eat because he knew that his body was more delicate to eat some things like that. And then we have the nerve to call these things soul food and brag about how Big Mama turned these things into extra extraordinary things when she's in the kitchen. But all of our Big Mamas is gone and not here no more because the food have been attacking them this whole while, and now these very fools are attacking us. And it's just time to truly, truly change our outlook on how we perceive food, what food is, the information of the food that we bringing in, and come together as a collective consciousness and a collective whole to really say, look, enough is enough. Let's quit depending on the system that is killing us. Let me throw this back up again, y'all. I mean, like, who can make this stuff up? How the food and drug companies ensure that we get sick and they make money. They literally are the same people, y'all. And what's crazy, I used to do this stuff with LLCs because I used to work for the banks. You know, I work for the banks. So what we used to do is when we work for the banks, we would go into a property, and the property that we would go scan and look at, you know, we'll do the bids and stuff on it that we scanned and look at, and we'll be the ones that get the job, you know, for that property. But what they didn't know is I already owned the other LLC, and what I used to do is I used to purposely high bid. I own like 3 LLCs. I used to purposely high bid my jobs just for my other company can do a very low bid if I can guarantee myself a job. That's the same thing that they doing to us inside of the black community in the black neighborhoods. What they're doing is they're giving us food, and then they're making us sick through the food so we can run back to the same companies with a different LLC and a different name on it and get the medicines from the food making us sick. And then the medicine that they give us, it make us more sick, and they keep giving us more medicine, and then eventually we die from that, and then they make money backed off your insurance claim that you've been paying the hospital for killing you in the first place. We are literally being deceived and being seduced into our own destruction. And then they like I was saying yesterday, they want to put, you know, Bug Bunny on it. They want to put tricks for kids on it. They want to make your death look so pretty to you. They want to wrap your death up and with colors and red to activate your root and your sacral chakra. They want to put yellow on it for it can strike your intellect. They want to put blue on it for it can calm down your nervous system. And then you're eating these things because it look good and you've been attracted to it and don't know that it's killing you and that it's making you sick. It is making you very, very sick. And that's the reason why you think the way you think. That's the reason why you're not getting ahead in life. That's the reason why it seems like that you don't have no type of break in life, because your mind is scrambled, because your DNA, your deoxyribonucleic acid is scrambled because it's full of acids, additive, preservatives, insecticides, pesticides, and all types of other chemicals that we can't even name. Then you start looking up the chemicals be named this long. And they're trying their hardest to not be associated with these other companies, but people are getting smarter, and research is getting deeper and deeper because we are unlocking different parts of our conscious awareness, and we connecting the dots, and we like, damn. Here the whole while, the drug cartel, the true drug cartel that we call the pharmaceutical companies, own all the food industry. It makes sense that they would do it, though. It makes sense because they will start chaos, create a virus, and then the whole time the vaccine for the virus has been created and made 10 years before the virus was even out. See that? You create the problem. You already got to have the solution, then create the problem, and then sit back and collect your money. And that's what's going on with our people. We have been bamboozled. We have been lied to, and we are paying for it with our lives, y'all. We are paying for it with our lives. It's time to truly wake up. It's time for us to start getting this. And it's time for us to come together as a collective consciousness and as a collective whole, and really start putting together our own programs where we can actually guarantee the future survival of our children, the future survival of our wives, the future survivals of our husbands, of our ancient literature, of our culture. Because right now we are being exterminated at a very, very high rate, not only through the food, but through psychological warfare, through the television program, through different radio stations, through this demonic music that they're paying all of our brothers and sisters chump change to degrade themselves and to pump murder and fear and to get adrenaline and adrenochrome produced inside of our bodies, using all these different instruments that is not real, don't come from live drum skin. They don't come from live different elements that they make the drums and the beat with that will stimulate your pineal gland and that will bring more melanin and serotonin to the body. Now you got the 808 drum like Kanye West was talking about, where it vibrates at the lower root chakra and it keeps you imprisoned into your lower nature. It keeps you imprisoned and entrapped to your animalistic nature. So you running around and all you want to do is have sex all day and reproduce. But you know, they keeping you so low that you're not thinking high enough to be like, hey, I need to create a crib. I need to create a home for the baby. I need to make sure I got a stable relationship and I'm making money and finances so I can take care of the child. But you running around like a dog with the pink thing hanging out. And that's because the music and what they using and how they speeding the music up to 422 hertz and how it's keeping you low and stuck inside of your root chakra. And then when you listen to the words, and words are powerful. That's why you create what you speak, and you're creating these swords, and all you hear is degrade this. I wish I can F every girl in the world. Down this, I bought her a Birkin bag, and she gave me head and this and that. And you hearing these things, and subconsciously, your subconscious mind is programming you while you in theta state, and then now it becomes your actuality and your reality. So psychological warfare is real, food warfare is real, germ warfare is real, virus warfare is real. I mean, we're getting it on every different side. We are getting it on every different level. It's becoming so extreme that Yahweh is forcing us to unite. Forcing us to unite. So I say, since he's forcing us, we might as well just, surrender to it. And we might as well start organizing. Because that's what we need. You know, all the people we talked about in high school, the nerds, the geeks, we need them right now. That's straight up. All the healers that everybody thought was lying and just was big old conspiracy theories, we need them right now. All of the gangbangers that's been out killing one another, no, we need them to be a part of the war. We need them to be soldiers, a part of our team. We need them right now. You see that? All of the youngins growing up, that minds is like a sponge that can soak up knowledge and information and be great in the future. We need them right now. You see that? It's time to put down the guns. It's time to put down these rags and these colors. And it's time to unite. And it's time for us to put away religion and all this other stuff that's keeping us divided amongst ourselves. You see that? All the geographical locations and the philosophy, all of the God concepts. You think God a woman, you think God a man, you think, you know what I'm saying? It's time to put all that to the side and talk about these issues that is truly, truly bringing down the community faster than a blink of an eye. Straight up. That's what it's time. It's not time for nothing else because we are being exterminated at a high rate. At a high rate. It's time, y'all. I mean, it's truly, truly time. Now, check this out. I mean, this stuff get deep, man. Check this out. Big Pharma Network. Big Pharma Network is at $457 billion, y'all. You see that? $457 billion, and this was in 2015. It's 2021 now. It's going to be 2022. They probably at $1 trillion, y'all. They probably at $1 trillion, man. Look at that. Who owns Big Pharma? It says, well, the better question, who does Big Pharma owns? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me, now people like to sip tea. Let me sip some fruit juice, some freshly squeezed apple juice with a little hint of pineapple in it. Thanks to Goddess Ania. Let me read that again. It says, well, the better question is, who does Big Pharma own? Big Pharma contributes heavily in an annual budget of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Oh, the FDA. I ain't going to eat it unless it's FDA approved. Boy, do you know that FDA is owned by Big Pharma, which is the biggest pharmaceutical company in existence? And you wonder why the craziest things get passed. And then 2 years after these crazy things get passed, the FDA come in. If you have taken the blood, any amoxicillin, and you're suffering from heart attack, stroke, or you're suffering from blood clots, if you're suffering from agglomulation, a coagulation, annihilation, elimination, call the number at the bottom, 888, I got fucked. And we have a settlement coming near you. Huh? Hold on. So, who testing this stuff? Y'all see that? And y'all worried about something being FDA approved. And excuse my French, y'all. I said I was going to quit. I use my cousin for Instagram. I said I was going to quit cussing on YouTube and Facebook. But peep that. Peep that. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Big Pharma does this, though application fees, user fees for its new products. Hold on. Big Pharma, what products are you selling? And then you dig deeper in what I'm going to bring out on Instagram. Hey, they own Nestle. Huh? Yes, Merck own Nestle. You see that? They own your cupcakes, your donuts. They own most of your fast food restaurants. Ooh-wee. Have y'all wondered what Bill Gates is doing, buying up millions of acres? Huh? And he's heavily invested in this new vegan movement. See, that's why I ain't vegan. I'm not vegan. I don't eat animals. I don't eat animals byproducts, but I ain't no damn vegan either. I am a plant-based. I'm on an angelical diet. I'm on Genesis 129 diet. I don't want to even be buying into that vegan movement either, because that's killing us just like meat and stuff. Straight up, y'all better get with it. Look, it's going down out here. It is going down out here. It is going down. Now, what I want to show y'all real quick. So this is called the Nuremberg trials, right? This is how this stuff was created. If you look at this, and y'all can look this stuff up. This is talking about the Nazi regime and stuff like that. Adolf Hitler and how he was out just killing all the Jewish people, just like you can be red-ish, you can be black-ish. He was killing all the Jewish people, right? And he was locking them up in to concentration camps and stuff like that. Well, what they don't tell you is, you know, Adolf Hitler had scientists, and these scientists, or these intelligent Nazis, were into diabolical torture. They built torture chambers. They like to make chemicals and put chemicals in foods. They like to burn you. They created something called mustard gas in World War II. Yes, mustard gas. Now mustard gas is your chemotherapy that is actually used by the U.S. government to kill you when you have cancer, because it's not healing anything. It's actually killing the cells and depriving the cells of oxygen. And if you look up the research of the actual chemotherapy and you read the label, which we have one, it tells you that it causes cancer. Ooh-wee. So how is something that causes cancer, you are giving it to me for my cancer? And then if you research and study it, it comes from a derivative of mustard gas, and mustard gas was made by the Nazis in 1943 in Germany. So my question is, how in the hell did y'all get the recipe to create bioterrorism weapons and then use it and administrate it to your U.S. citizens and then call it chemotherapy treatment? Where did you get the recipe from? They got it at this trial. It's called the Nuremberg trial. Not only did they get the actual chemotherapy ingredients to kill hundreds of thousands of people each year, but they got adjectives, they got preservatives, they got insecticides, they got pesticides, they got herbicides. All of these chemicals actually came from the Nazi regime during that trial, which is in October 1943, when it's called the Acts of Humanity, the Acts Against Humanity, when they started putting all these different Nazi people on trial for just doing the Jewish people oh so wrong. You know, we never had a trial. And we had one of the biggest Holocausts ever. But you know, hey, I ain't gonna cry wolf. I'm getting it on my own, getting it out the mud by myself. I ain't gonna cry wolf. We finna collectively come together as a unit, and we finna take back our freedom. So I ain't finna sit up here and cry wolf or nothing like that. But, you know, the Jewish got the trial, and they end up putting a lot of them to death, and a lot of them have spent the rest of their life in prison. But at this trial, guess who showed up? The United Nations. Now, when the United Nations showed up, guess who was the first country that showed up in Germany at this trial in Nuremberg, Germany? U.S. Hold on, guess who else showed up? Guess who else showed up? The Japan. Who else showed up? China. Who else showed? Oh, everybody showed up, y'all. Everybody showed up to this trial. And then all of a sudden during this trial, when they was talking about the motion of discoveries and everything that they had to present, the files ended up missing. Where did the files go? Germany? Then all of a sudden, you got 5 years later after this trial, when the motion of discovery was actually given over, and then U.S. came back. Now all of a sudden, U.S. got chemotherapy. All of a sudden, the USA got adjectives, preservatives, insecticides, pesticides. All of a sudden, the USA got something called azole dye, which is dyes that color your clothes. And azole dyes is very, very bad for the body. It actually helps contribute to something called AIDS and HIV. Ooh-wee. Hold on, not only that, then you start seeing dentists' offices pop up everywhere. And then this is where you get mercury fillings from. Where did they get all of these extreme torturing ass chemicals from? Oh, did you get it from the trial? Did you slip a little Mickey in there? Huh? Did you slip a little Mickey in there? Dave Rockefeller? Did you give them a couple $1,000,000 to get that motion of discovery and get all them ingredients to kill everybody off in the world because you are a part of something called eugenics? Huh? And you only want 5% of the world left living, and out of the 1% will be the gods and the millionaires and trillionaires, quadruple billionaires, and the rest will be cyborg and robots, or what you'll call slaves. And then y'all think that this stuff be conspiracy theories. This ain't no damn conspiracy. This is some of the realest stuff ever. Look, the documents are being unclassified. The documents are being unclassified. Hold on, y'all. Let me plug my computer up before it go off. The documents is being unclassified, y'all. You cannot even make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. My bad, family. I should have been plugged this computer up. My bad, y'all. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Can't let this go dead because we finna go in. Can't let this go dead. Hold on, let me plug that on up. What's not important? What's not important here? Okay, we're gonna unplug this. Plug that right there. And then we're gonna plug this up right here. All right, we back. We all good. If y'all get everything I'm saying so far, type in some 9s. If y'all get everything I'm saying so far, type in some 9s. If y'all get everything I'm saying so far, type in some 9s. We're gonna keep this deal going. Oh-wee. Look at that, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Merck, Gilead. Then you start looking at the companies they own. Boy, it's all connected, man. It's all connected. The diabolical plot against the human race, period, is crazy. But the diabolical plot against so-called Africans and Africans American, I mean, it is crazy. Straight up. I mean, it is mind-blowing. It is mind-blowing, y'all. I'm going to do one more thing because this is a whole different presentation for something else, y'all. But I did just want to show y'all a little of that, and then I was going to start answering some of y'all questions because there's actually a lot of questions that people was asking. But I just wanted to show y'all stuff like that. It's time for us to get together as a collective whole. We have started something called the Risen Black Messiah Project. Our first meeting is going to be in Atlanta. The flyers are being made. The date is going to actually be out by the end of December. That's our first meetup, and we're going to go around the country having a whole bunch of meetings, meeting up, putting our resources together, showing y'all the blueprints, the plans, and everything that we got. We are finna free the people. It's time to unite. It's time to unite. We're not there to talk about religion. We're not there to talk about your God conceptions. We're there to talk about how to get ourselves up out of the issues that we're currently in, whether it's psychologically, whether it's spiritually, and spirit and religion don't have nothing to do with each other. I know y'all saying, well, he sound like he contradicting himself. No, I'm not. When I talk about spirituality, I ain't talking about a damn thing to do with Christianity, to do with no religion, none, period, whatsoever. It's a difference. So, emotionally, physically, everything. And it's so many people that have been reaching out, and I wish y'all love, light, and just divine peace and healing and alignment, because y'all have been reaching out, showing everything that y'all have, and just ready to get y'all hands to the plow and get everything done. So we getting everything together. We're going to hit Atlanta first, then we're going to Florida, and we working our way all the way back around, y'all. We're going to set up headquarters and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be dope. A lot of the stuff I can't say over the airways, but a lot of stuff will be said during the meetings, y'all. And, we ain't no terrorist group or nothing like that. We ain't trying to kill nobody or nothing like that. We ain't trying to be violent or nothing like that. I want to put together our resources and our intellect, but we can actually take back our rights to be human, man. You don't even got a right to be a human no more. It's like, golly, can't even be a human. They want to change your DNA. They want to change everything about us. Take total freedom, a tyrannic reign, and I ain't down with that. You gonna have to kill me. I just don't get down like that. I always been the rebel. That's why don't nobody like me. If you got a follower mindset, you hate Yaki, because I ain't never been one of them. I am not that type of guy. I like to lead. I like to think for self, and I like to be simple. And I like to rationalize. I like to make sense of things. I'm not one of them people that just follow shit that don't make sense. I've never been that, and I never will be that. And it's millions of brothers and sisters that are out here that think the same way, and we need to come together collectively, and take back our freedom. Period. We coming to Texas too. We coming. We coming to Ohio. All of that, y'all. We coming. We coming. We coming. Everything will be released, y'all, slowly but surely. All right, so check this out. If y'all ready for these questions, if y'all got y'all pens, y'all got y'all pads, y'all ready to get into these anatomy structures and models, and y'all ready to talk about healing and health and spirituality, type in some sevens. And we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. That was just a little, you know what I'm saying, a short little presentation, but we're going to get a full one. I think I'm just going to record it, and then I'm going to drop it on IG until the new website get done. Because I know if I drop the full presentation on YouTube, they're going to shut me down. I'm on my third strike. I can't get another strike or they shutting me down. So I'm trying to play their system smart. That way I can still reach out to all of the people and, you know, be in contact with y'all. All praises, all praise. We got 600 people in the building with 613. 613 laws of the Torah. 6 + 1 + 3 = 10. The 10 universal laws of the Torah. I like that. 613 people in the building. Shouts out to the gods and goddesses that's climbing in. All right, let's get straight to it. All right, the first question is this, y'all. Make sure you got your pens and your pads because we're here to learn, y'all. We are here to learn and remember. We're here to learn and remember. Okay? And anybody that got any resources or anything that they want to do or contribute to the movement that we got going on, it'll be more in depth. Once I get out there to Atlanta, it would not be, but it'll be more in depth then. But if you got anything, just make sure that you hit us up at healing@yakiawaken.com. Healing@yakiawaken.com. Again, healing@yakiawaken.com. Just let us know what you want to do, what you got to offer, even if you don't have anything to offer, you just want to offer your hand and assistance. If you want to drive from town to town and help people, you know, do their agriculture and stuff like that, let us know, because there's a lot of people that are ready. They just need willing bodies. You know what they say, you know, the laborers are few, but the harvest is plenty. And that's the thing with black folk. We don't like to get our hands dirty, and that's the reason why we're in the position we're in now. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Queen. All right, now check this out. All right, first question. It says, peace. I am contacting you because I am currently pregnant. Okay, currently pregnant, and I have BV. So she has bacteria vaginosis. All right, so anybody don't know what that is? That's when it's an accumulation of a lot of bacteria inside the vagina canal. It says, I've wanted to know what I need to do or use as I am not going to the doctor. That's the first good thing. She's not going to the doctor, so she knows something. It says, at all, and I do not want to take any of their medications. All praises. That's a good thing. It says, before I was pregnant, or years ago, I would use peroxide and water, and it would go away. It never went away with peroxide and water. I'm gonna show you how. It says, I also do not like to take pills. And one of my questions also is that I always get, they always say I get a group of B strep. That's the same bacteria that's a part of bacteria vaginosis, same exact bacteria. And I wanted to know, what would I do also for that? You're gonna do the same thing. My diet is 90% raw fruit. Now, first thing, goddess, you pregnant. You shouldn't be 90% raw fruit. You should be 100% raw fruit and raw vegetables. All right, you should be 100% raw fruit, raw vegetables, no cooked foods. And the second thing is, you can't take herbs because you're pregnant, and the powerful herbs that's going to do the job that you need to actually bring the body back into homeostasis, it might eject the baby because your body is going to go through a detox. And as foreign as it sounds, a baby inside of the black woman's womb, the mother thinks that the baby is already a foreign object. That's why the vagina produce copulin and produce all these anti-spermicide genes and juices. And the reason why when a man ejaculates inside of a woman's vagina canal, he has something to weaken her lymphatic defense system, or it's so-called weaken her immune system, because the moment that you ejaculate into a woman, you get a so-called immunological response, or what I'm going to call a lymphatic defense response. And then these juices inside this copulin is an anti-spermatic germ that comes down and kill all the man semen. That's why only one make it. The reason why all of them die, because your beautiful body was created to kill any foreign invader up in there, and a foreign invader will be sperm from another person. So that's the first thing. So we're gonna have to understand this. The reason why you got bacteria inside of your vagina canal is because it's supposed to be there, because the woman vagina is very acidic. It's very acidic, y'all. Let me get this real fast. It's very acidic. So when you actually looking inside of the vagina canal, it's the vagina canal. This is the lower cervix, or what they call the cervix, and this is the upper cervix, or what they call the uterus, right? Well, inside of this vagina canal, you have trillions and trillions and trillions of bacteria. And the reason why you have so much bacteria inside the vagina canal is because healthy pH, or what they stands for, potential hydrogen, the pH spectrum is automatically on the vagina supposed to be between 4.5 and 5.4. 5.4 is a little too high. Anything below 4.5 is very, very acidic. But the reason why it's slightly acidic is because bacteria must be there to keep all the processes going on within the vagina. Now what's going on is, when too many acids start accumulating in the body because of certain diets and, different types of atmospheres and things like that, what happened is this: bacteria was functioning, created inside of the human body to eat acids. That's why when you look inside of a big old lymph node, not only do you see macrophages, not only do you see T cells and B cells and phagocytes and lymphocytes, but you're going to see a whole bunch of biobifidum bacteria and lactobacillus bacteria inside of the lymphatic system. The reason why they're there is because they was created for a specific function, for a specific purpose, and that is to chew and eat up acids. So whenever you have a bacterial infection, you automatically have to look at the wrong side of chemistry, because you're not going to see a bacterial infection when it comes to the base side of chemistry. You're not going to see it in an alkaline environment because they have nothing to eat. Bacteria don't eat alkaloids. They don't. It kills them. So now we're seeing that the body is present and full of acids, and you have a lot of acids in your reproductive organ. So your reproductive organ is going through a state of acidosis, and that's the reason why the bacteria is there. Now, what you don't need to do, which you said you wouldn't, but anybody that's listening, all the females that's on here listening, what you don't need to do is take antibiotics, because what the antibiotics do is kill all the bacteria. And you need that microbiota to keep your body in a state of homeostasis, to keep your body in a state of balance. If you eat a all raw diet, and if you change the chemistry to acidic to alkaline, what will happen is the ones that are supposed to die off will die off themselves, or they'll travel back up to the gut and they'll start relining the gut of your intestinal tract and of your duodenum and stuff like that. And you won't have them so prevalent in the vagina area and the vagina canal, producing all type of yeast and discharge and giving you that itchy feeling, that burning sensation and stuff like that. So, don't think that, bacterial vaginosis is a bad thing. What's the bad thing is the actual acids. Don't chase bacteria, chase acids. Don't chase mucus, chase acids. You see what I'm saying? Don't chase the skin breaking out and the bumps and the measles. Chase that. Chase acid. Don't chase parasites. Chase acids, because everything that I just mentioned is a byproduct of acidosis. Bacteria is a byproduct of acidosis. Bacteria is the trash can. It's the cleanup crew. It's like the vultures. They have roadkill on the side of the road. They come in and they cleaning up the roadkill. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That is a part of homeostasis. That's a part of the ecological system. So the bacteria is there because acids is there. So if you kill the bacteria and don't get rid of the acids, then they're going to come back. Or the acids is going to get so prevalent in the system, now you're going to have PCOS. Now you're going to have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now you're going to have cervical cancer, because them acids start burning the atypical cells. Atypical just mean that it can be reversed. Then it's going to start getting chronic. Chronic means it's between degeneratives and atypical. Once them acids starts damaging the cells to a point of no return, then they call this cellular regeneration. Now you got cancer popping everywhere inside the vagina canal. All because you never had bacteria there to do their jobs, or you didn't have parasites there to eat on the gnarly, cancerous cells that was inside of the vagina canal. You didn't have mucus there to come and actually cover that surface and crystallize it up due to calcium, a buffering system that comes through calcium channels, and then get rid of it by way of tumors and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So we don't need to focus on the byproduct of things. We need to focus on the cost. See, when you get into the allopathic community and you get into the mindset of the doctors and the pharmaceutical companies, they want you like a dog chasing your tail. They want you to chase the actual byproduct, the effect. They don't want you to chase the cause, because if you chase the cause, then you're going to hurt their pockets, because you don't need their pharmaceutical chemicals anymore. So it's a difference. It's a difference. So how do you get rid of the acids? Simply. What you need to do is you need to go on an all raw diet. Eat alkaline chemistry. Eat alkaline ash chemistry. Quit eating acidic forming chemistry. Quit eating acidic ash forming chemistry, because the more acids that is present in the body, the more bacteria you're going to need to compensate the acids. The more the acids, the more the cholesterol go up. The more the acids, the more you irritate the mucosal membrane and you get a mucus response. The more the acids, the more parasites are birthed and breed from the microbiota. The more acids, the more bacteria you're going to need to chew to eat the acids. So focus on the acids, not the actual byproduct of the acids. And the way to do that is just to change from the cationic experience you having to an anionic experience. And anionic means base chemistry. Cationic actually means acidosis. It's the corrosive side of nature. And you do this by changing what you eat. So instead of just, doing 80% raw, you're doing good now. You started a good diet. I'm not going to recommend you any herbs. I am going to recommend a dishing herb. The dishing herb I will do is get the 3 bitters, and you're going to dish with bitter 1. And just get a bitter 2 and 3 to somebody else. Use bitter 1 and dish with that. Don't drink it or nothing like that. You can. In certain cases, we have people sip just a little bit of it, but we done changed a lot of the formulas of our herbs, and they're more powerful than what they was before. So I say just use it as a dish, and eat you some astringent fruits. Astringent fruits have all that citric and that high level of electricity in it, and that'll help rebalance the chemistry of your vagina and of your body as well. So go 100% raw. Make sure you take the 100% raw, do at least 60 to 80% fruit and the rest raw vegetables, and then get the 3 bitters and use bitter 1 and dish with bitter 1. And bitter 1 is going to recoat that vagina canal and basically balance out and bring a homeostasis balance to the vagina. If y'all got any questions according to this case that I just spoke on, can you ask them right now? If y'all got any questions according to the case that we on right now, y'all can ask questions. Hopefully I explained that well to you. All praises. We got 800 people in the building between Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate y'all for wanting to get this knowledge. Yeah, y'all peeped that 1111? Yes. If y'all need a list of fruits, I see somebody on here asking a list of fruits to take. And veggies, just go on my website, www.yakiawaken.com. It's going to show up and it's going to act up like the first 3 to 5 seconds. Be patient with it. Scroll up and scroll down, and then the website appear. We getting a new website built, so y'all ain't got to worry about this in probably like the next month or 2. But you're going to scroll up and scroll down, it'll pop up. Go to the education tab and then click on document downloads. All of our dieting and living charts is on there, or you can go to the Eat to Live page. Just click on education tab, and all the fruits and vegetables that you need is right there for y'all. All right, it's right there for y'all. Herbs if you're not pregnant. Good question, Mickey Shorts. I'm glad you asked that. So Mickey Shorts asks, okay, she's pregnant. What about if you're not pregnant? What I would recommend in this same particular case, I would recommend that you get on the website and you get the kidney and adrenal kit. The kidney and adrenal kit. And what the kidney is going to do, because the kidneys, it sits midline in your body, right where the vagina canal is at, it's sitting right up under there. The kidneys are in charge of your filtration of all the acids. Acids is what goes into the lymphatic system. Acids cannot go into the bloodstream because the bloodstream must maintain a homeostasis and a pH potential hydrant at 7.45. The moment that it changes and go up 3 decimals up, you would die of alkalosis. If it go 3 decimals down, you would die of acidosis. And this will happen within a matter of minutes, y'all. So the blood must maintain this homeostasis. It cannot change because the life is in the blood. That's where you breathe in the prana, the Holy Ghost, the Ruach HaKodesh, and the cosmic energy at. You see what I'm saying? So everything, even the blood cleanses itself into the lymphatic system by way of kidney filtration. So anything that the body don't like, it dump it into the lipid system or the cholesterol system. And this lipid system that I'm talking about is lymph vessels, lymph nodes. The spleen is a big organ. This is the spleen right here. The spleen is a big organ, a part of the lymphatic system. So the blood takes all of its unwanted minerals and garbage and it puts it inside the spleen and it dumps it inside the lymphatic vessels or lymphatic capillaries or capillaries inside of the spleen. And then these things go to the spleen and they go to the lymph nodes. The lymph nodes then break down these acids by way of bacteria eating them, and then they take it through other lymph nodes, and then it finally reaches the kidneys, and then the kidneys, by way of the adrenals, filtrate and filter out all of the metabolic waste and the acidosis from your foods and from you breathing in this cationic environment, and then you urinate all of these things out. If the kidneys are down and the kidneys are not working, then your third kidney would do the same thing, which is your skin, which is the biggest eliminating organ on your body. The kidney actually is the skin is actually your third kidney, and it's where you get bumps, measles, acne, eczema, all these different skin rashes from. That is nothing but your skin taking a poop. Your skin is defecating because your kidneys and your colon is not doing its proper job. So get the kidney and adrenal kit off the website under kits and bundles, and this will get rid of that problem in no time. And remember, we don't believe in diseases. We believe that herbs are for structure function. We believe that herbs are for certain organs and cellular tissue inside of the body. You see that? So the kidney and adrenal kit will be very, very good for overproduction of bacteria inside of your vaginal canal. All right, kidney and adrenal kit. All right, next question. Hopefully y'all got that. Is chlamydia similar to BV? Yes, it is, because chlamydia is a bacteria. Trichomonas is a bacteria, so yes. Yes. All right, y'all. I'm only focusing on the questions that are answered here. If you want your question answered, we're going to have to get to you. Hit questions at yakiawaken.com. I'll be doing a disservice if I'm constantly answering questions from the live chat, and I got this thick stack right here. All right. All right, next question is this. Good morning, God. Peace, peace, God. And we don't mourn. There's nothing good about mourning. We say supreme rising, or we say grand rising, or great rising, rich rising, wealthy rising. But it's nothing good about mourning, so we got to watch our words. All right, it says, so let me just get started straight to it. I'm 6 feet, okay, 37 inches. So he said he's 6 feet and 37 inches. We already know, since he's that tall, that he have a hyperpituitary gland. Remember the pituitary gland, and you actually produces something called somatostatin, which is inside the pancreas wall, and it's produced by the delta cells. Inside of there is a growth hormone too that's produced by the pancreas that's connected to the actual pituitary gland. So whenever you speak, like I'm short, I'm only 5'6". I'm pretty short for a man. Then you got him. He's 6 feet and 37 inches. I think I said that right. 6'3". Well, 6'3". Okay, my bad, y'all. I said that all wrong. He's 6'3". He's pretty tall. We already know right now that he actually have a pituitary stimulating hormone that's going on there. So his pituitary is hyper. It's not hypo like mine was. It's hyper. You see what I'm saying? So we already know off back. So whenever you see somebody that's real short or real tall, write this down in your notepads. There's something going on with the pituitary gland. All right. So we know that. So let's write that on your case. Pituitary issues. And it's good that you start actually writing them. You should be able to read through a case and already know what's going on, what glands you need to, attack, what different vessels you need to go after. Is it the lymph nodes? Is it the spleen? Different organs you need to go after. You should have herbs already lined up in your head from the structure function based off of what they're telling you to do with each different organ. See, I'm not going off a disease right now. I'm going off of what's going on, and the disease is not ringing my mind. You see that? When I hear 6 feet, I don't hear scoliosis. I don't hear bacterianosis and all these other lying-ass disease names they didn't came up with. I'm automatically hearing a structure function, a gland, pituitary gland. You see what I'm saying? So it says, I have always been a big guy ever since my teenage years. So he done had this pituitary issue for a minute. Before that, I was pretty normal, but I do remember in the 5th grade, I was wearing a size 42 in waist. So we see pituitary gland. Not only is we seeing pituitary gland, but we seeing a pancreas issue too. Because he in the 5th grade and he's already wearing a size 42. I've never worn a size 42 a day in my life. So that shows you that he have a lot of sugar and glycogen and glycagon built up around that waist area, and them carbohydrates is not being broken down because the pancreas is not doing its job of breaking things down correctly. But the pancreas, this gland is actually ran and governed by a master gland called the what? Pituitary gland, which is making sense now because he's overweight and he's super tall. Pituitary. So we're going to get herbs that's going to go after the pituitary gland, and I'm going to show y'all them herbs too. It says, at an early age, I've dealt with a lot of trauma from my parents being on drugs. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. And being homeless, amongst other things. All the while, it's still being overweight. Now, moving forward in 2008, I got my first blood clot. in my lungs. So now we see obesity. Obesity is one of the number one causes of blood clots because obesity comes with too much sugar being inside the blood. The thyroid is not working because the thyroid is actually in control of your metabolic process. The thyroid is in control of your metabolic waste. So, if somebody is too skinny, that means they have a hyperthyroid. Somebody too fat or obese, that means they have a hypothyroid. So now we got a trick thing here because he have a hyper pituitary gland, but he have a hypothyroid gland. And I'm going to show y'all how to fix that, y'all. I'm going to show you how to fix it, the proper herbs, the proper diet, and all of that. All right, but notice, I'm not saying any disease right now. Disease don't come in my mind because that's an illusion. We don't believe in that bullshit. That was created by the pharmaceutical companies and by the allopathic community. What I'm seeing is structure functioning. Something is wrong with the structure, and if something is wrong with the structure and the integrity of the cells, then the cell do not function properly. And when the cell, displays a malfunctioning, then they call it disease. We don't call it disease. You see that? Because disease meaning you have a cure rate. We can't cure anything. There is no such thing as a disease to cure. And that's by us following into their illusion, that's what's getting us killed by them. That's what's getting us locked up by them. Plagiarism, using words that they own. So we're not going to even buy into the idea of disease. Something is wrong with the structure of your cells. So the structure of your cells is not functioning properly. And we have the right herbs and we got the right foods and fruits for you that's going to reverse that issue. All right. It says, so in 2008, he got his first blood clot in his lungs. It says, so I was put on Chlamydia for a year. After that, I was taken off a blood thinner. So what they did was gave him blood thinners. Now, you have a natural blood thinner, y'all. A natural blood thinner will be tannins. Where do you find the chemical or the healing modality tannin at, family? You find it in grapes. And that's the reason why when we see people that have tumors or people that body is written and full of cancer, the first thing we do is we put them on a what, y'all? A 30-day grape diet. 30-day grape diet because it has tannins and curcutins inside of these, and these healing constituents and healing modalities inside of the grapes actually thins the blood and brings the blood more into circulation. That way you can get the goodies to the cells because you got to remember the blood is what feeds the cells. The blood feeds the cells all the phytonutrients. The blood feeds the cells all of its oxygen. The blood feeds the cells all of its trace minerals. The blood feeds the cells all of its simple amino acids. The blood feeds the cells everything but electricity because the electricity is actually conveyed through the electrical system. And then, the blood feeds the cells. The lymphatic system is what cleanses the cells from all this metabolic waste that the blood just fed it because anything that consumes itself or have the consumption rate have to have an elimination. If you eat, you got to poop. So if your cells eating, they got to poop. So if the blood is feeding the cells and the blood is acting as a kitchen to the cells and the cells eat, then the lymphatic system acts as a sewage system of the cells and come pick up all of the poop that the cells done accumulated through its metabolic process. And what's giving all the directions to the cells is something called a signal. And the signal is what comes from the nervous system. All right? That's how the body works. Structure, function, consumption, and elimination. Alkaline, acidic, hot, cold, up, down, God, devil, angel, demons, left, right, feminine, masculine. You see that? It's all talking about this polar, and we must keep it balanced and keep it in a state of mayat, or what the Bible calls just balance and weight, a good judgment. That's it. All right, so we got blood clots. So I'm going to tell you right off back, since you got blood clots, you don't need to be on no vegetables, no vegetable juices. You don't need to play around with none of that. You need to go strictly fruit, and you need to go high in grapes right now. Grape diet, grape diet. I wouldn't even play around. I wouldn't play around with you. I wouldn't say, you got to lean yourself into the grape diet. No, we talking about a blood clot. And then the blood clot is in your lungs, so it's close to your head, and you can drop dead God forbid, but you can drop dead any second of an aneurysm. So I wouldn't even play around with this. Go strictly grapes. And if I was you, I can't tell you, especially on this live air, because this is not part of my health club, which is a private practice. I can't tell you that, to stop taking a blood thinning pharmaceutical killing medicines by the cartel, is what it is, which is you're going to get a lot of side effects from it. I would tell you this, though. If it was me, if it was Yaqui, I would throw all of that shit in the trash can, and I would go on a grape diet right now. Literally, and I would not take, if it was me, Yaqui would not take no blood thinner medicines because you're going to have complications in the long run. Now, let's see how these blood, because you wrote paragraphs here, so let's see how these medication treated you. All right, let's see. Blood clots in my lungs, so they put me on Chlamydia for a year. After that, I was taking off blood thinner, so everything was fine. In 2013, I contracted another blood clot in my lung again. So you seeing what's going on. Now, we have to address the spleen here. Because something is inside the blood causing the blood to be coagulated. Something is inside the blood to cause the blood to be agglomerated. Now, the question you're going to have to ask yourself, what sticks blood molecules and blood cells together? Mucus is what sticks bloods together. Gluten is what sticks blood together. Acidosis, acids, is what sticks bloods together. Dehydration and the lack of hydration in H3O2 inside of the physical mechanism is what clunks and stick blood together. And slow, sluggish veins, where the vein is so pressed and the blood got to move slow through the arteries. The blood is not on a highway, it's in a damn traffic jam, and the traffic jam starts sticking the cars together or sticking the blood together. So I can tell you right now that you have a circulation problem, and you need to have circulation. And not only do you need circulation, you need to thin the blood to increase the circulation until we get the blood pulled apart. Now, I want to show y'all something, because acids is what bind things together. See, when you get into an anabiotic relationship and you start seeing what alkalinity do, what alkaloids do, we got to remember alkaline is the feminine charge of nature. And this is a negative charge. That's the matriarchal system. That's when you start getting into women and you start getting into goddesses. That's the nurturing fact. And what they do, if you look inside of an atom, and you look at protons, you look at electrons. Electrons is an alkaloid. Notice what it does. It want to spread everything apart. It runs from the proton. It runs from the man, which is the proton or the protein or the acid, because the man is constantly trying to borrow a charge from the negative charge, which is the electron. So we see when you get alkaline inside the bloodstream, it pushes, because this negative charge pushes things away like a magnet. When you turn a magnet into itself, it pushes itself away. Well, that's what an anionic environment, or what you call an alkaline environment, does inside of the bloodstream. When the blood is totally alkaline and it have alkaline ash chemistry in it, it will push the blood molecules apart. See that? But if you're dealing with protein or protons inside of that atom, it like to borrow and bind itself. That's why we see women uterus is being bound to their intestines. You see that? We are starting to see lymphatic vessels being bonded and being cellularly welded to the bloodstream, because it's a cationic, hot, inflamed, acidic environment. So whenever you see blood is clunking themselves together, just know it has something to do with acids. So you need to change your blood chemistry, and you need to do it ASAP. And what you need to do is go on an all grape diet ASAP. Go on an all grape diet and don't look back. And while you're on that all grape diet, you need to make sure that you get my brain blood builder kit off of Kits and Bundles off my website. And that's going to cleanse your spleen. And that's going to get all of the acids that's trying to enter into the bloodstream. It's going to make its way through the circulatory system. And once it gets inside the spleen, it gets to dump all of these unwanted acids that's trying to invade your blood into the lymphatic system, and let the lymphatic system handle that side of chemistry, because that's what the lymphatic system was made for. That's why it's an oily-based lipid system. It deals with acids. That's why whenever you see acids, you see mucus. The reason why you see mucus because the mucosal membrane is a part of the lymphatic system, because this is the fire extinguisher when it comes to acids. Acids means inflammatory diseases, or inflamed, meaning to be inflamed, to be on fire. So if you truly want to get rid of this and get rid of it now and don't die of aneurysm, go on a all fruit diet, go on a grape diet right now. Not only that, get on the website, make sure that you get the blood builder and iron nourisher kit off of Kits and Bundles ASAP. ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. If it was me, I wouldn't even be taking none of their medicines, because then you're going to suffer from all the side effects that come from it years on down if you ain't suffering from them now. Let's keep reading. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. It says, so I was put, okay, I read that so far. It says, now I put on blood thinner again, but this time they gave me too much. See that? They gave me too much of the blood thinners, and I got hemothoraxin. See that? So now the blood is extremely thin, and I bet you I know what's coming next. The blood started leaking through cellular tissues and not staying inside the artery walls. Watch. All right, then I got hemothorax. Where is it? Hold on, family, I lost it there. All right, and this means, I already know what it means, brother. This means the blood leaked to the cavity, and I had to have immediate surgery. So initially, the doctor told me that he was trying to siphon the blood out of these two rods, but my blood had got coagulated too much, so he had to put a machine through it. So now they basically got him on dialysis. He had to put a machine through my lungs, and this shows you. Notice he's dealing with the lungs here, because the lungs is the true pump for the heart. They say that the heart pumps the blood. That's the biggest lie ever. The heart is a valve chamber for the blood. It actually is in control of the pressurization of the blood that flows throughout the biospiritual mechanism, or that we call the body. The lungs is the true pump for the blood inside the body and put the volume in the body. And then the heart is what's going to deal with the flow of the volume. And that's why it's a heart valve. It's a valve, y'all. So quit saying that the heart pumps. The heart does not pump. Don't pump. It's an open and closed valve, and it works off of electrical magnetic electricity. This is deep, brother. This is real deep. It says, and they put a machine through my lungs to the cavity, and I was hospitalized over a month while the machine slowly sucked out my blood. Sound like a vampire, don't it? A vampire machine. It says, after that, the doctors felt like I should not be on blood thinners anymore due to that incident. I concur. I would run like hell whenever they offer this bullshit to you ever again. It says, after that, I was off work for an entire year for me to heal. At this time, I discovered Dr. Sebi. Man, may the late, great master teacher rest in peace, flat out. I was going to sip some apple juice to you. I'm going to sip the corner. I want to do a moment of silence for the late, great Dr. Sebi. Moment of silence for the late, great Dr. Layla Africa. Just a moment of silence. We honor our ancestors. We really do. We really do. At this time, I discovered Dr. Sebi and changed my diet and stopped eating meat. Good start. Good start. Stop eating dairy. Great start. Great start. And bread. Great start. So look, now he's getting rid of the uric acid. Now he's getting rid of the carbonic acid, the lactic acid, and he's getting rid of the breads, the gluten acids. Good job. It says in most processed foods. So you on a roll now. Now look, it's time to dig deep. It's time to go deeper. It's time to go deeper. Now we got to get to the all fruit diet. It's time to quit playing games. You know what I'm saying? You need to get straight to grapes. Go straight to the grapes, straight to the tannins, the curcumitins, straight to all of these good healing constituents that you need to bring the body in an anionic alkalinity state. You see what I'm saying? Before it can dump all this bullshit and all this agglomeration and coagulation and all this cationic experiences into the lymphatic system, because that deals with the gnarly side of chemistry. It's not the blood. So I'm going to most definitely put you on my blood building iron nourisher kit, and I'm going to give you like 3 spleen support, because we're going to go after that spleen to make sure that spleen is doing its structure functioning. We're going to tone the spleen up. We're going to cleanse out the spleen, because, you know, a lot of herbalists that don't know how to really heal, what they're doing is they're putting people on these gnarly cleanses, and they cleansing the system. And when the system cleanses when you think about health, y'all, health and healing have all to do with rest. And that's why fasting is the highest healing modality that you can tap into when you truly, truly trying to heal. It's even greater than herbs. And this is coming from an herbalist that makes a lot of money off of herbs. See, this is how you know it's not about the money. Fasting is one of the highest states of essential just beingness and awareness when it comes to healing the body, because when you fast, you essentially going into a rest, that rest state. And that Shabbat. You know, that Shabbat, that Shabbat is everything, because the body is allowed to rest. And now all of that energy that was used to aid in digestion, used to aid in metabolic processes, used to aid to change cationics to anionic to cationic, used to express itself in nature, can now use all of that energy to actually start healing and rebuilding the body and resequencing DNA molecules and rebuilding simple amino acid structures and storing up sugar for ATP, adenosine triphosphate, so that energy can fire off in the cells and be literally just cued in on healing the body and regenerating cellular tissue. So whenever you think about healing, just think about rest. That's why when you get on our herbs, we tell you to rest. But what these fake herbalists are doing, and I'm not taking shots at y'all. Y'all just ain't got it yet, and I'm glad that y'all sitting here listening. So I'm not going to even call y'all fake, because that was a shot. Forgive me. What the herbalists are doing is they're putting the clients and the patients on the herbs, and they're cleansing them and they're astringent them, and they're pulling out all the acids from the cells, and this causes energy, but they're not doing anything to strengthen and tone the cells, to keep the cells awake for the process of elimination. So anytime we give you a herb, we're going to always give you a eliminative herb, which means the herb is going to cleanse, it's going to astringe, and then on the back end, we're going to make sure inside of our formula, we got something that's going to tone the cell. Not only is it going to tone the cell, but it's going to strengthen the cell to keep that cell strong for the elimination process, for the cells just won't die out and be all sad and sick and shit. And then you go through a bad healing crisis and it feel like you dying and you stop taking the herbs because you couldn't even stay awoke enough, or you couldn't even stay undizzy enough while you was on the herbs, and you just had a total bad experience with the herb. Now, some people are so sick and so full of acids that it's impossible to get them through their cleanse without them crashing like that, without the adrenals becoming so fatigued like that. But for the most part, you can maneuver around it if you know about herbs and structure function and how to support the cell while cleansing the cell at the same time. And that's what you call tonics. See that when you get into herbology and you start getting into the different, linguistic parts of herbs, whenever you hear the word tonic, always run towards that, because a tonic is not only going to cleanse you, but it's going to tone the cell and it's going to strengthen the cell while it astringe and cleanse the cell at the same time. All right. If y'all got that so far, type in some nines. If y'all got that so far, type in some nines. If y'all got that so far, type in some nines and we'll keep it going. Okay, y'all get me. Make sure y'all writing this stuff down. Classes are coming soon. We've been doing a lot of work recording. We've been super, super busy. So classes is coming soon, family. Yeah, we're going to get you through this, though, God. We're going to get you through this, man. We got you. We're going to go after that pituitary gland. We're going to cleanse, strengthen, and tone that pituitary gland. We're going to go after that thyroid, the whole endocrine system. We're going to hit every chakra, every meridian pathway. We're going to open up the lymphatic system. We're going to get the kidneys and the adrenals online so you can actually filtrate all that metabolic waste that's built up inside of your structure. We finna get to this, man. We got you, bro. We got you, bro. It says that after the doctors felt like I should not be on the blood thinners anymore due to the incident. After that, I was off work for an entire year for me to heal. See that even they know. You got to rest to heal. At the same time, I discovered Dr. Savy and changed my diet and stopped eating meat, dairy, and bread and most processed foods. So when I transitioned, I lost some weight. Good job. So when he transitioned, he lost some weight. And I was in a good space for years. But the evil head of me, look, check this out, y'all. Check out what he just said. But the evil head of me having another blood clot always stayed in the back of my mind. You didn't forgive yourself. You didn't do the proper shadow work. You have to go back into these different bodies and these different shadow works. You have to go back into that obese body. And you have to forgive yourself for being like that. You have to forgive your mother and father for being on the drugs and putting you in them homeless environments that you was in. You didn't do the proper shadow work. See, healing is not only physical, y'all. Healing is mental, because all disease starts actually mentally. It starts in an emotional realm, energy in motion, emotions. See that these things come from the etheric realm and then they manifest themselves physically. That's why every disease have an emotional component attached to it. And you healed yourself physically, but you didn't get rid of the spiritual scars. And that's the reason why I bet you finna say it came back. You got to do that inner work. Play with your inner child. Activate the inner child. You got to do the spirit work. Do that shadow work. Go back into past lives. Go back into past bodies that you've been in, into traumas that you've been in, and deal with yourself. You have to deal with the dark side of nature. You can't run from acids. You have to confront acids and whoop its ass. Same thing you're doing on the physical level, you have to do the same thing on a spiritual level. You cannot cleanse and detox the physical body without cleansing and detoxing the spiritual body, because you have something called a spiritual, so-called, they call it the spiritual immunological system. I like to call it the metaphysical defense system, lymphatic defense system. You have it. Have you ever noticed when you in the army and somebody gets shot and a limb get taken off, or you have diabetes and they have to amputate the leg? They have something called the placebo leg, where your leg still feel like it's there. And it ain't. They didn't cut it off, but that melanin cannot be destroyed. So that melanin is still encased in that spiritual realm. So your spiritual leg is still there, showing you that you have a spiritual body. And if you have a spiritual body, you have spiritual cells. And if you have spiritual cells, you have a spiritual lymphatic system. And the lymphatic system is the draining system of the body physically. But what does that mean spiritually? If it drains the body of toxins, and it drains the bodies of unwanted metabolic waste, if it drains the body of unwanted cells, of mitosis and apoptosis and all these different derivatives of the cells going through its metabolic process, then what what does the spiritual lymphatic system do? It get rid of your toxic environment. It get rid of toxic thinking. See that? It get rid of toxic behavior. It get rid of toxic not being disciplined. It get rid of trauma. It get rid of cellular memories, because these things are stored inside of the cells, and that's why your cells are acting the way they act. So you cannot detox physically without detoxing spiritually. It goes one and the same, because we are a spiritual vehicle or body by way of our nervous system, and our chakras are what they call the endocrine system, or the glandular highway. It's literally encased with our physical corpus. So we are a physical body and a spiritual body merged in one by way of the nervous system. So you cannot detox physically without detoxing spiritually. And that's where you went wrong at, God. That's where you went wrong at. But we're going to get you together. We're going to get you together. All right. It says, so when I transitioned, I lost some weight and I was good in a good space for years. But the evil head of me having another blood clot always stayed in the back of my mind. See that? So you thought this into existence, man. In August of 2019, I got another damn blood clot. One in my leg, one in my lung, and it's worse than before. And this time they put me on Exhorto. But while I was taking it, I was observing how it was affecting my body, because that's what pharmaceutical medicines do. This is suppressive therapy. They're trying to suppress the symptomologies that you're having. They're not trying to cure or reverse anything. It's suppressive therapy. They make money by keeping you sick. If they actually had a solution, then you would be a one-stop shop. See, Yaki Awaken is a one-stop shop when it comes to, cancer, HIV, herpes, and all that. I hate to say the words because we don't believe in it, but that's what y'all identify with. You see that? Only time you coming back to us if you're on, preventive maintenance herbs, things just to keep your blood cleansed. You see that? Because we deal with the gnarly side of chemistry. The stuff that the herbalist scared to touch and turn down, we are experts in. That's what Yaki Awaken Eye of Lotus Research Healing Institute do. We heal the stuff that they say that can't be done with herbs, that they lie and they just lie their teeth through. That's what we really deal with. We bringing people from the deathbeds by way of Yahweh, of course, and His only begotten, His eternal one. I'm not taking no credit for that. But I am taking credit for being the willing vessel to, exercise the gift that's been given to me on high, though. I am taking credit for that. All right. This is deep, man. It says, and I contracted another blood clot. I started watching Dr. Sabi's lectures, which was slowly disappearing. Yeah, they start taking all this stuff off of YouTube. And I also started taking herbs, which I believe worked. So I ordered packages to combat previous clots. Now in January 21, I contracted another blood clot after the herbs. And I bet you I know why. Because you got these herbs from them, right? And they didn't have the tonifiers in the herbs. See, you didn't have the yielding energy to keep cleansing. And that's what I want to teach y'all in my herbology classes. See, herb healing is an art, y'all. This is not no 12-step program. This is not point A, point B, and do this. For every different individual client, it's a different healing system due to their body, their size, their weight, and their spirituality, and the way they perceive their personality. So you have to do different things. You know what I'm saying? As my great teacher tell me, you got to know when to hold them or when to fold them. You got to know when to go in and go all fruits, or you got to know if them fruits is too hard on the body and might kill them. Because sometimes if you really in a cationic environment and there's too many acids present in the environment, and you put them on an all-fruit diet with some high astringent herbs, the lymphatic system is already stagnated. It's already backed up. So where is it going to go? It's going to dump itself in the blood. And if you change that blood potential hydrogen, you die. So now you crashing and you killing people because you're putting them on all astringent herbs and you're not bringing balance to the healing. You have to tonify the cells. You have to strengthen the cells and cleanse the cells simultaneously. You can't do one without the other. And that's what a lot of people been doing. And that's the reason why you got another blood clot off after changing your diet and being on the herbs. But you come to the right place, bro. You really did. He done came to the right place, y'all. He done came to the right place. It says now to not track another blood clot, and that's this point I'm giving up. Do not give up. Remember, go on an all grape diet. It's time to hydrate your body. You're very dehydrated. I'm glad you lost the weight, though. We're going to go after the spleen. We're going to go after the thyroid. We're going to go after the pituitary gland. We're going after the entire endocrine system, y'all. And we're going to give you nothing but alkaline, fresh herbs and alkaline chemistry of food. And these foods are going to be high in grapes. All right, let's see what else you got on here, man. Let's see what else you got on here. It says because I'm like, what else can happen to me? And then they put me on another blood thinner, Paradoxes. I started taking them because I was afraid of maybe having an aneurysm in my head, because that can happen. You can, them blood clots do travel. If they can make it through them thick arteries, they can travel and go to the head. And then, you can be riding a bus and never wake up, take a nap and just never wake up, and don't nobody know why, because of these blood clots. That's why we have to be very, very careful about blood clots and just keeping our blood clean, keeping our blood alkaline, y'all. It's very important. But 3 months I had a blood vessel burst. See that? Within 3 months, his blood vessel burst in his eyes, and blotches started to appear. Now you got eye floaters appearing on my face. That's the medicine. And at this point, I weaned myself off the blood thinners. Then come to find out, I discovered I contracted what they call syphilis. Now you're dealing with syphilis. See that? So now we're going to have to change it. Since you are dealing with syphilis, I can't just have you on the blood builder and iron nourisher kit. You're going to have to do a geogenetic level 3 package. Geogenetic level 3. This will address the blood. This will get the syphilis up out of you. This will thin the blood out, rebuild the blood by cleansing the spleen. We're going to open up the lymphatic system, open up the kidneys, turn on your adrenals, turn on your autonomic nervous system, turn on the parasympathetic, the sympathetic nervous system, turn on the cardiovascular nervous system, get the central nervous system working, the hypothalamus gland. That way the glandular highway is stimulated and motivated to work, and, to get these chemicals and get these hormones and steroids really metabolizing right, and just really changing the whole entire state of your body. And we have to work on your mindset too. And that's why this psychology school that I want to build with the Risen Black Messiah Project is going to be so important. Before we able to organize, we're going to have to heal, y'all. And that's the reason why we finna do this tour and do all these seminars, y'all. We got to talk about it. I'm putting up my own budget, y'all. I'm using my own money to start this thing off. This is how serious me and my team is about this. The first thing in Atlanta, we paying for that venue. We paying for it. We gonna welcome y'all in that deal for free. You'll be able to buy our herbs and stuff, but you ain't even got to purchase no ticket. And everybody know it's $5,000 to $10,000 to get me to come out and speak. Y'all know that I have many seminars. I've been paid for each one. We pack all of them out. But this first one in Atlanta, how serious I am about this project, and because Yahweh put it on my spirit to truly, truly get out here and to do something for the people and to unify the people. I'm paying for the venue. I'm paying for the venue. I'm using my own budget for the first couple of cities. That's how serious we is. We not playing no games. When we go, so first Atlanta, then we hitting Florida, and we trickling on down, y'all. All right. Man, brother. Whew. All right. So now he got syphilis. So geogenetic level 3 all day. Geogenetic level 3, still be on an all grape diet. He said size. I know, man, there's a lot going on with you, brother, but we here for you. Your family is here for you. Mishpaka. All right. And so at this point, I took penicillin shots. So now they giving him antibiotics. Now, anybody that's been listening to me and anybody been listening to my teachings, what is the antibiotics that's going to do to him, y'all? What is the antibiotics going to do to this brother? Who got it? What is the antibiotics going to do to this brother? Ooh-wee. All this going on, blood thinners that messed him and jacked him all the way up. Now they giving him antibiotics. Anti means against. Bio means life. It's going to kill. That's right. Uriah Yisrael. Shalom, shalom, peace, God. That's right, y'all. It's going to kill the bacteria. Now, question, y'all. Since y'all got this, and I'm so glad, Joel. I'm so glad, Sabrina, Makila, Shebrew Queen. I'm so Yolanda Green. All of y'all beautiful people on here. I'm so glad. Adrini, A. Thomas, Seven Spirits. I like that name, Sarah Spirit. Denise White, Carla Miller, Princess Yasha Allah, Keisha, and anybody I missed. Y'all see what it's doing. It's going to deplete the bacteria, the biomechanism that's bringing the body homeostasis. Now, if it's going to kill the bacteria, what does that mean for him? Because the bacteria in the body was created for what? What was the bacteria in the body created for, family? Come on with it. What was the bacteria in the body created for? Ooh-wee. What was the bacteria in the body created for? Y'all y'all learning. Y'all are learning, y'all. It's a beautiful thing to see y'all, to eat the acids. So he on penicillin shots. He already got enough acids in his blood causing blood clots, giving him aneurysms. And now they're giving him penicillin, which is nothing but mold. And the mold is going to kill the bacteria. So what is going to eat all of the acids that's clogging his blood? Do y'all see how they don't know what the hell they doing in there, or they do know and they're purposely trying to depopulate and exterminate us? It's either or. It ain't no in between. It's either or. You killing the cleanup crew. Man. It's crazy, man. Man, this stuff be making me mad. Penicillin shots, and I'm done with my treatment. So now I just need help. So he's calling me for help. I got you, brother. It says, I was looking on TikTok and you were the first post that popped up. All praises. For those who are sharing me on TikTok, y'all, I appreciate y'all. I do have a TikTok page, but I haven't posted any video yet because there's no reason for me to post videos because I got millions of views from everybody else posting me. So I'm famous on TikTok and I ain't even post a video. So to all of y'all beautiful souls, light beings, melanated beings, anybody that's out here, if you're not even melanated and you're sharing the truth and you sharing my videos, why the Most High speak through me. Hey, man, peace, love, light, and healing, nothing but abundant blessings and alignment to you. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because like he found me on TikTok and I don't even have videos on TikTok. This is from other people posting my TikTok videos. So make sure y'all do that. Y'all, this is our information. Get the video, share them, chop them up, put them on Instagram, put them in Instagram stories, upload them to your YouTube, upload them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? This information is for us to build our healing mechanisms for we can free ourselves mentally, physically, and emotionally, y'all. So shouts out to all of my supporters. Shouts out to all of my followers. We are remembering and we are learning together. So it's a beautiful feeling. It feels real good, y'all. It says, I was looking on TikTok and you were the first post that popped up and you were talking about cleansing. So at that point, I went to your YouTube page and I started listening to your lectures. Now I just started a 31. Oh, this is hard. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Look, y'all. Oh, man, it don't get better than this, y'all. Like straight up. Okay. It says, I was looking on your TikTok and you were the first post that popped up. And he ended up following me on my YouTube. And I started listening to your lectures. Now I've started a 31 raw fruit fast. And this is what I've been telling you to do anyway. And maybe doing green smoothies on the weekend. No, cut out the green smoothies. Don't do the green smoothies at all. You don't need no plant protein. No plant protein. You don't need no nitric acid from the vegetables. You need go alkaline, straight to the fruits. Don't have nothing against vegetables, but vegetables are rebuilders. They got amino acid structures in them, and that's going to help form your blood more. We need to thin your blood naturally. So go on all fruits. All fruits. All right. Man, this is hard, man. I love it. Hold on. It says smoothies for the weekend. So don't do no green smoothies. Do fruit smoothies. So to sum everything up, I'm overweight. I have a history of blood clots. I contracted syphilis. I also wear glasses. The package is going to clear your eyes too. Going to get all the mucus out of your eyes. So what package should I purchase to completely heal on an intracellular level? The geogenetic level 3 package is what you need. Please help me, Yaki. Much love. Note, every time I go to the hospital, all of my levels are fine. That's showing you that your levels are not fine. How is your CBC chart reading fine, but you're going through everything that you're going through? I got a video, 3 videos back, I talked about that. How we are actually being, well, how can I say that? We are being perpetrated as a 40-year-old white man. And you are not a 40-year-old white man. You're a melanated being. You have eomelanin, pheomelanin, neuromelanin. Your physical structure and mechanism, your whole genetic makeup and genome code is different than theirs. So if you are reading normal, then something is already wrong, brother. If you go and you read your blood work and it reads normal, something is already wrong. And that's what we're going to do at our institute. We're going to already created it. We're going to show you how to read blood from an African American standpoint. You see that? We changing the game, y'all. Straight up, we changing the game. I'm telling you. Watch what I tell you. We, and when I say we, I mean me and you. We, the African, Hebraic, holistic family, we changing the whole game, y'all. We starting something new. When we leave this earth, our children gonna be feeling this beautiful shit for trillions of years, y'all. I'm telling you. We leaving back a legacy for our people. My blood pressure seems to stay in the 120 to 130 range. So you got, a little hyper in the adrenals. That's systolic. According to my doctor, the only thing really wrong with me is the chronic blood clots occurrences and being overweight. I have no genetic predispositions of having blood clots, but my dad has several stents. Okay. and high blood pressure, borderline diabetic, heart disease, and he takes a boatload of pills. My mother was in pretty good condition. She was very thin and never had any issues, but she was schizophrenic and passed away in 2018. I'm sorry to hear that, guy. From cancer due to her living conditions because she was in a transit and always wanted to be on her own, but she loved eating sweets and processed sweets, which I feel was a real culprit. I am also the only overweighted person in my family. Everyone else is thin, and I'm in pretty good health besides my dad's, who was 70 years of age. Brother, that was a long paragraph, but I'm glad you did that because we got to talk about a lot of things in this specific case. Again, what you need to alkaline the body. You need to bring the body into a balance of homeostasis. You truly need to go on an all-fruit diet, and you need to get on the geogenetic therapeutic package level 3 off the website. Go to the website. It might act up a little bit where it shows a white blank screen. All you got to do is scroll up and down. It will pop up. Click on geogenetics and then click on geogenetics level 3. You need that if you cannot afford it in its full package. We do offer package plans and sale plans and sale prices where you can get on a payment plan through Zizzle. And get that ASAP, brother. Get that ASAP immediately. Don't play around with this because you do not want to have an aneurysm. If anybody got any questions to that case, I know that case was pretty long, y'all. I know it was long, man. If anybody got any questions to that specific case, you can ask them right now. Anybody got any questions? We love you. Major Keys, I love you too. I love you too. I love all of y'all. Okay, no, you answered them well. All praises, all praises. All praises. Did he get syphilis from the medication? Look, what's going to sound crazy, I'm going to say he did. And if y'all hear my video on syphilis, I got syphilis and HIV, y'all see why I said he did get it from the medicine. I'm going to say he did. I'm going to say he got syphilis from the medicine. I don't know if he did or not, but I'm going to say he did. Y'all know about the Tuskegee experiment. I'm just saying, where they go through and give you vaccinations, inoculations, and they want to shoot things up your vein, and then they're giving you all types of laboratory, Fort Detrick military base biochemical warfare called syphilis, Ebola, and all these other things. So I'm gonna say he did. All right, all praises. Let's move it on. All right, next one. Peace, Yaki. Is it possible to do a fruit detox when I have a gastro bypass? 25 years ago, they removed my gallbladder during surgery, which I did not agree to. They just removed it and said that I didn't need it. Do y'all hear this shit? Hold on. Did I just read what I read? Let me read that again. Check this out, y'all. It says, is it possible to do a fruit detox when I have had a gastro bypass 25 years ago? They also removed my gallbladder during the surgery, which I did not agree to. They just removed it and said that I didn't need it. Boy, I bet your gallbladder is in somebody else's body, and I bet you they not melanated, boy. Boy, do you see this? This is what they do to our people. Boy, they most definitely, as Danny said, they sold it. Hell yeah, they sold it. Boy, that is crazy right there. Oh yeah, you didn't need your gallbladder. Wasn't nothing wrong with it. But we figured while we was inside of your bio-spiritual God being structure that we'd just take it. Robbing and harvesting our bodies of our eternal organs. Crazy. Is there something I need to do differently while detoxing or taking herbs due to that? No. Since you don't have a gallbladder and your gallbladder is right here and your gallbladder is in control of making basal salts and creating all types of different types of bowels, and what these bowel basal salts do is help you break down your food, that means you need to go all fruit anyway, because fruit is your most hydrative factor. Fruits break down more than any other food. Fruit actually starts its digestive process when it's inside the mouth. Fruits don't be in your stomach or your duodenum or in your stomach no longer than an hour before it's broken down and then used as ATP, adenosine triphosphate, adenosine monophosphate, and adenosine diphosphate for you to yield energy due to carbonated sugar. So no, the best thing you can do is go on an all fruit diet, because vegetables is going to take a long time to break down, especially kale. Kale and cow beef takes the same amount of time to break down, showing you how gnarly some vegetables truly are. Let me say that again. If y'all think I'm lying, look this stuff up. Kale and cow's beef takes the same amount of time to break down inside your stomach. So we don't want you on vegetables. We want you on fruits, because fruits is hydrative. It's made of a lot of water. Now, you do have hydrative vegetables like romaine, bok choy, watercress, and stuff like that. But when you get into your arugulas, your kales, and all the stuff that we like to eat, man, these things don't break down pretty quick. These things are in your system longer than beef. So you're doing perfect, because you don't have the gallbladder to help you with that bile and with that basal salt to keep you breaking down all of these foods. So we can bypass that by putting you on the fruit detox. So you already thinking correctly. You already thinking right. It says, is there something I need to do differently? No, go on an all fruit diet and actually take my herbs. Yes. And what you're going to need is the geogenetic level 1. It says also, I have been borderline diabetic. Is that okay to detox on fruits? Yes. Do not let them play you with the fruit, sugar, and the detox bullshit, because it's the glucose loads that loads up diabetes. It's not fructose. Fructose come from fruits. Glucose come from vegetables. It's the vegetables that will raise and have you glucose loading for a long time. Fruits will not have you glucose loading from a long time. Now, sometimes fruits have you glucose load for like a day or two, but then you will see it'll regulate itself, because you don't need the pancreas when dealing with fruits. You bypass the pancreas because you go through something called cellular infusion, where the fructose will infuse itself into the bloodstream and make itself inside of the cells, for the cells can get the carbon in the water and turn it into ATP, or what we call yielding energetic energy, instrums of energy. See, when you on fruits, when you on vegetables, you glucose load, and insulin is going to have to be present there. Insulin is going to need to come in and get the glycogen to pass the insulin, to pass the blood membrane barrier of the cells. Insulin acts as an alcohol hormone solvent, and it literally is the key to the cell. It unlocks the door of the cell and open it up, and it let glucose or the sugar to come in, for it can be broken down and metabolized, for it can be used as ATP. You don't need a damn key when you on fruits, and that's how you know fruits are for our people, because we don't need no keys. The doors is automatically open. We slipping in windows and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fruit do. I don't need to bypass the door. I'm coming through the roof, the windows, anywhere else. The door is automatically open when you're on fructose. And that's how you know fructose is superior to glucose. That's how you know fruit sugar is more powerful than vegetable sugar. That's how you know fruits is the actual food for Homo sapiens. Period. And not to mention, fruit, it holds and it yields 12 angstroms of energy. This very, very energetic. But your glucose, or what we're going to call your vegetables, only 7 to 9 angstroms of energy, showing you that fructose is way more electrical, or fruits is way more electrical in healing than vegetables. Fruits heal and cleanse. Vegetables rebuild. That's it. My bad. Fruits heal, cleanse, and rebuild. Fruits are a tonic. Vegetables just rebuild. So now, brother, it says, or a great fast for 30 days. You've been listening, brother. No, do your great fast for 30 days. Get the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1. Go on that and maintain your digestive herbs for the rest of your life. Since you don't have a gallbladder, just keep getting our GI super movers and tonics and stuff like that to keep aiding you and assisting you in breaking down your food after you get off your fast. And man, you'll be good. You will be good, man. You'll be back like you never left, brother. Straight up, back like you never left. If y'all got any type of questions to this particular case, y'all can ask any type of questions to this particular case. Any type of questions to this particular case. And Anna Perez, is it okay to juice kale when healing? Yeah, it is. But if you're dealing with any type of like ALS, Lou Gehrig's diseases, you dealing with dementia, you dealing with Alzheimer's, you dealing with MS, multiple sclerosis, any type of neurological diseases, don't juice your kales. Don't leave them alone, period. And kale yields a lot of calcium, and calcium that buffering system is actually bad for neurological functionings. We're gonna do a whole thing on calcium. The calcium lie. I posted a picture early on my social media platform. A lot of y'all been hitting me up about it, and we're gonna talk about it soon. It's not the platform for it now. No, the time for it now. What's the platform for it? Just not the time for it. So if you're dealing with any neurological so-called ailments and you're trying to reverse any neurological setbacks, always go fruits high in antioxidants and oxygenators, and that is fruits, berries, and melons. We're gonna leave the vegetable kingdom alone when dealing with when dealing with the brain. Period. Point blank. Period. All right. All right. What else we got? I'm gonna do one more, y'all. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna do one more. Man, y'all holding in here, y'all. It's still 700 people in the building. Y'all straight holding in here. I'm gonna do one more, y'all. One more. All right, this one says, I'm currently 5 months pregnant. We got another pregnant goddess, y'all. Another pregnant goddess. All right, I'm currently 5 months pregnant with a lump in my neck. Oh, man. All right, so we're dealing with a lump. So we're dealing with agglomulation and we're dealing with coagulation. All right, my question is to you. Do the blood give lumps or do the lymphatic system give lumps? What's a part of lumps? When you break open a lymphatic system, or when you break open a pimple, what you see? You see 25% blood, but you see 75% lymph fluids, which is pus, mucus. Pus and mucus come from where? The lymphatic system. So is this a blood issue or is this a lymphatic issue? And if the lymphatic system is what deals with acids, is we dealing with acidosis? That's my question. That's right, Zoe. That's right, Tamika Holmes. That's right, Day Hanley. That's right, Jasmine Jones. That's right, Herm L. That's right, y'all. That's right, Sasha Ford. That's right, y'all. That's right, Ivy Desard. That's right, Tree of Life. That's right, Princess Yahuda. We are dealing with lymph. We're dealing with the lymphatic system because the lymphatic system is what deals with the gnarly acidic side of chemistry. So if we're seeing bumps, we're seeing measles, we're seeing tumors. This is a agglomulation and a coagulation of what? Metabolic waste that could not leave the body because you are backed up interstitially. And you backed up interstitially because the lymphatic system is not processing right because your adrenals are down. And if your adrenals are down, your kidneys can't process and filtrate all of that metabolic waste outside of the body. So what the body does is so freaking smart, it starts compacting and isolating the chemistry that's not supposed to be in the bloodstream because, again, the body protects the blood because the blood is what feeds the cells. And if the cells don't get fed, the cells don't get energy and you die. You see that? So instead of it dumping into the blood, the body will isolate the chemistry. First, it'll have an inflammatory response. After the inflammatory response to increase circulation, it will have a mucosal response. Now you start seeing mucus and calcium and shit everywhere. Then the calcium in the mucus solidifies the area and it starts to build and agglomulate that area. It basically tuck it away in the closet, kind of like your children when you tell them to clean the room and they start putting all the shit under the bed. Eventually, shit gonna start spilling out from under the bed because they didn't properly clean the room. And that's the same thing that's going on with the body. The body just starting to stick it in the closet because they don't want the whole room being dirty. But eventually, when you start just packing away dead cells inside of pockets, things start to grow. Now you got tumors. Now you got lumps. Now you got lipomas. Now you got all these different types of things going on, and we have to get it out of the body. But the good thing about the body goes through something called a fontanelle, which I teach y'all about all the time, which is called an alternative route of elimination. The skin will open up and the pimple will pop out. All you got to do is draw it out, get you some blood root, get you some black root, get you some red root, get you some poke root, make a good salve out of there and rub it on that tumor will pop out. Or we can open up the kidneys and start draining the lymphatic system. Make sure you got biobifidum bacteria inside the lymphatic system and start eating all these acids and broken down cells. And then now you got that proper flow and filtration, and all of these tumors and these bumps and stuff will go away. See that? So geogenetic all day. Oh, you pregnant. You can't do geogenetic. All raw fruit. All raw diet. Don't go all fruit either right now. All raw diet right now because you're pregnant. If you ain't pregnant, geogenetic though. Geogenetic all day, and you should do geogenetic 3 because this tumor is in your neck, meaning it's in your lymphatic system and it's way too close to your brain. And you don't want that to start leaking and catch circulation and get into your brain because then we got to deal with amyloid proteins, and that's another problem dealing with the CFS. Another problem dealing. We don't want to deal with that. It says, doctors say I have goiters too. So got goiters on the thyroid. I can't get an ultrasound on my neck unless I get COVID vaccine, which I refuse. I'm glad you did. I also have gallstones in my liver, and I have kidney problems. I could tell you have kidney problems because you so backed up interstitially that your thyroid got goiters and you got lumps in your neck. And that's a lot of miles of lymph vessels is have backed up. Interstitial fluid is backed up, meaning that your kidneys is not functioning properly. I bet you your blood pressure is out of whack too. You got to remember, systolic on the blood pressure is the adrenals. Diastolic is the bottom part, and that's the kidneys. So check your blood pressure. Check your basal temperature. Let's start seeing what's really going on with this side of the body. Let's truly check your thyroid by checking the basal temperatures. You know, if it's supposed to be at 90 to 97. If it's anything up or lower, we know that the thyroid is either hypo or hyper. You know, and you're going to need a high overload of iodine and bromide. You're going to need that. You're going to need the sea vegetables. But you can't use none of these things for real right now. You can get on some sea kelp, and you can get on some sea moss and some club moss and some fucus, some bladderwrack and stuff right now while you're pregnant. But you can't cleanse because you don't want to lose the baby. So I would do that. I'll get on some sea vegetables right now, go on an all raw diet, get in neurolymphatic massages, start neurally massaging your lymphatic points neurologically. That way you can start moving this lymph, speak to your organs, speak to them, sit down and talk to your internal organs, literally talk to your kidneys. Imagine you talking to them and they're responding back. Tell them to open up for you and aid you, you know, because the kidneys is the seat to your ancestors. Make sure you're going within, you're doing the proper shadow work, any wrongs that you have done, undo those wrongs, anybody that you have harmed, ask for forgiveness, clean up your spiritual body as well, because there's only so much that you can do while you're pregnant. So you need to be doing every avenue that you can. Utilize that shit to the T. You feel me? Utilize it to the T. So she's looking for a natural alternative, but I really can't give her one right now because she's pregnant. And she had pneumonia about a month ago. Pneumonia, look at all the excessive mucus building up. All I'm hearing is acidosis. Mucus is present. Mucus is present because acid is present. Coughing seems to be worse than ever. My throat feels like it's closing. That's inflammation, inflame, swelling, coagulation, agglomulation, cationic environment. When I cough, and it's making me hard to breathe. Adrenals all day. Autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic. I've also been on a fruit diet for the past 3 days. See, I love y'all. Y'all are listening. See that? She already went on a fruit diet by herself, y'all. She already went on a fruit diet by herself. Could you please recommend some herbs, some teas to treat the swelling in my neck? Right now, I can't recommend you any herbs. Right now, and I can't even lie to you. I can recommend you some sea vegetables. You can get on my site and you can order our purple sea moss. I wouldn't give you no golden sea moss because the arginine in it. That'll help swell some things. You can also get our kelp. You can get our dose. You can get our bladderwrack, our fucus. And you know what? You need to get the 4 elements. Get the 4 elements and do not take the carbonates. You can take the the phosphates. You can take the iodines and the bromines and just leave out the phosphates and the carbonates. And that'll do you real good. That'll do you good on an all raw diet. And then once you're done, you need to get on that geogenetic level 3 ASAP. And for those that have this same thing going on and that is not pregnant, geogenetic level 3 with an all fruit diet. All right. I answered a few questions. I'm gonna try to hit this list again. Get the rest of it finished throughout the week. I gotta go back to LA Friday though, so. But man, this is pretty thick, y'all. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about sickle cell anemia. We're gonna talk about heart failure, fibromyalgia, and lupus. Oh man, there's just so much work need to be done. That's why I can't wait to get the school open and running. That way you healers can help me out. Y'all can help me out. I feel like I'm healing the world by myself, me and the family by ourselves right now. We need more healers. Straight up. With that being said, I love y'all indeed in truth. Peace, love, light, and healing to y'all. I wish y'all peace, blessing, alignment, joy, abundance, all the 9 fruits of the spirit, love, joy, peace, long suffering, goodness, gentleness, faith, meekness, and temperance should be on y'all. I wish the Ruach HaKodesh, the prana of the Holy Spirit, rest upon all of y'all. And I hope that Yahweh ignites something in you tonight and motivates you in a way that you've never been motivated before to get up, get out, and get some. That's my song. But for real, to really get up, get out, and take control of your life and to just take back your freedom and to want to unify with your brothers and sisters and come together as a collective consciousness, as a collective whole, and really organize some things where we can leave back generational wealth, generational spirituality, and just leave back good DNA and genes to our children. All right. So with that being said, peace, love, light, and healing. Matter of fact, give me some shouts out real quick. Where y'all from? Where are y'all from up in this deal? Show me the states. Where you from? And make sure that when this video posts, put your comments of where you from in the comments, you know. And this is how we're going to start linking up. Y'all start putting y'all where you from in the comments, and those that's already in these states, link up. That way when we come to y'all state, y'all already huddled up and ready to meet, for we can get this going. LA in the building. Most definitely, we got LA, Brooklyn, New York in the building, Lafayette in the building, Memphis, Tennessee in the building, Harlem, New York in the building, y'all. Michigan in the building, Houston, Texas in the building, Omaha, Nebraska in the building, Alabama in the building, Atlanta in the building, y'all. Y'all climb on in, Philly in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Memphis in the building again, Lafayette in the building again. The Bay Area in the building, Brooklyn in the building, Missouri in the building, St. Louis, Missouri all day. That's where I'm at right now. West Virginia in the building, North Carolina, Roseville in the building, North Carolina again. See, y'all see everybody that's in here and y'all matching up, link up. That way when we come to Carolina, we don't got to do that much promotion. Y'all already ready to go. You see what I'm saying? Colorado in the building, STL in the building, Atlanta in the building, Baltimore, Maryland, Kentucky in the building, Decatur, Georgia in the building, DMV, New York, Texas, all of my people. Look, it's so many New Yorks in the building. New York, link up, link up. That way, when we get the platform ready and it's time to go, we already got all the subs. We already got all the headquarters, y'all. Let's link up for real, man. Let's do it. Chicago in the building. That's where one of the main headquarters is going to be in Chi-Town. Look, this going to be dope, y'all. I'm telling, look, we are about to do something that the world have never witnessed. And when I say we, I mean everybody that's on this channel, everybody that's following me, anybody that's supporting, anybody that have a like mind. We finna vibrate on the same frequency and do the unthinkable, y'all. Flat out. Shouts out to all of y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the guys. Peace to the earth. With y'all, nothing but divine balance, y'all. All right. Peace.